When I was a young, skinny kid, my life had very few ambitions, goals. Well, I had some goals, but not many. I had this whole barrage of just, oh, do this, 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 do this. You know, go to school, they'd force me again, they'd force me again, you know, get this task done, get that task done, get that task done, get that task done. I don't care if you're depressed, I don't care if you're stressed and you want to break the table and split it in half and yell and punch somebody in the face. Do the task. We don't care if you're stressed and treat it like a dog. And I was fed this whole narrative. And my life was terrible. The path I was going was a very rapid decline. Rapid decline. If I never found anything, I would have just stayed at where I was at that super rapid decline. Because my life was video games, school, scrolling, friends. This is my entire life. My entire life I spent playing video games. For the majority of my life I spent playing video games, scrolling, talking with friends, in school. This is the majority of my time that was spent. Because on the school schedule, I'd be forced 7-8 hours in some messed up place with full of sleep deprived kids. And I was sleep deprived as well, probably getting somewhere around 3, 4, 5 hours of sleep, let alone 6. My average sleep time was literally 3, 4 hours. I'd wake up, I'd literally just open YouTube, scroll through stories. Hours and hours and hours and hours of just flicking my thumb. Another scroll. Oh, more dopamine. And I just went on this continuous cycle of just moving my thumbs and just ruining everything. Ruining everything in my life. Peace? None of it. Fulfillment? None of it. Focus? None of it. Like everybody had the classic excuse, oh, but you're on ADHD. Literally messing with my mind, my brain, the whole framework, the whole system that it worked. Cause I literally just stayed there, being a pathetic, weak boy. And just letting the environment and just letting life beat me down with its 2 bare hands. And then start making a habit tracker, start doing all the good habits, etc. And it all changes, it all sparks. I do a complete 180 from where I was. I'd spend hours on YouTube consuming content from all these creators, these people like Hamza, all these big guys. Thinking, the advice they'd give me, it does help. And sure it does, but I didn't realize that they made progress over years and years and years and years. Years. I mean, Ham's been weightlifting now for what, 8-9 years, and he looks better than most average men his age, 25, 26, because he put in effort. Thing was, I looked at him and I said, "Oh, I want his physique. I want the business. I want the money. I want everything he has." And then I found the actual good way to do it. A good, actual, authentic, good way. And just progressing in any area. Rapidly, quick, fast. And I'm gonna get that to in a second. So there's a difference between short term and long term. You see, short term, it's probably somewhere around maybe 1 to 6 months, while longer term has a lot more ROI, return on investment, over the period of a year, many years. But you get more ROI, you get more benefits. So for short term you can do many things. You could start lifting, you could start a business, you can, do all this, you can do this. There's many things you could start doing, as in for the short term gain, that you could start doing today, as of right now. Lifting, start doing it. Calisthenics, start doing it. Do it. It's something actionable. Okay? So if you've been lazy this entire time, I have an actual step for you. Drop down on the floor and give me 10 push-ups. 10 push-ups, even if you have to do them on your knees. 10 push-ups. And if you've done them, good. If you haven't, I want you to know you're pathetic. You're weak. You're probably a weak, fat slug who just thinks, "Oh, there's no point in exercising because life is short." Or maybe even worse, a skinny twig. A skinny twig. Or even worse and worse, skinny fat. So drop down and do the push-ups. This will be very short term. So now I'll be explaining short term. Short term is something you could start doing within the next hour, day, maybe even literally right now. So in terms of business, you might start dropshipping like instantly. You might start doing this instantly, and I'll go over that in a moment. Short term, you want to make sure you're very focused, very highly concentrated and focused. And the whole point of short term is you'll just get it done, and it might not be as sustainable because it's really difficult. From a 1 to 10 difficulty level, this will probably be maybe over at least a short-term period, at least the 8.5. 8.5. If you're willing to go over that, then go ahead. Go ahead. Step foot in the gym. Go on a pull-up bar, do a dip bar or whatever. Start the business, do this. That will be very short term. Now, in terms of long term, like I stated earlier, will give you more ROI, more return on investment. Long term, in terms of a difficulty level, it's not 8.5, it's not 9, it's literally 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 difficulty. And I know that seems like, "Oh bro, I can't." Yes, it's like jumping into a pool of ice, freezing cold water. You're not gonna like it the first time. You're gonna shiver and you're gonna be like this, huddled up. You're gonna be shaking, right? That will probably be what will happen for the majority of maybe the time being, but long term will be even more painful. I'm gonna explain that in a second. When you do more of the long term strategy, long term, yes, it's more ROI. You get more return on investment, more rewards, more achievements, accomplishments. But when you do the long term solution to the problem, you have to endure way more. Way more. Because not only do you have to endure really hard difficulty, but you have to sustain that for years and years. Most guys you see online who just get jacked within like years, it takes them effort, pain, struggle, failure, setbacks. Because it's better to be down here with setbacks and learning a lot and then getting there than compared to already being born in that state. Because genetics are not an excuse. So for long term, think of it being a literal marathon for years and years. You have to literally do that every single day, even when you don't feel like it. Even when there's pain, setbacks, failures, you have to keep pushing or else you'll fall back, all the way back where you used to be. Literally, doing what? Playing video games? Doing all this? So be very careful. Now this is where I'm gonna speak freely and I'm gonna give the most value. This is where all the TikTok brains, all the mindless scrollers, all the losers and idiots have clicked off. Their attention span is literally just edits, music, edits, and just this whole cycle. But you're still here. And just by doing that one thing, you're part of the 1%. You're part of the 1%. Our brotherhood. So, I'm gonna get straight to the point. You want to plan for the best of both, not just short term, but also long term. And the way you do this is by doing the long term strategy of making it 10 out of 10 difficulty and sustaining it, while at the same time, in terms of short term, you want to be really concentrated, focused, and driven. Really concentrated. So if you combine the two and you put hard effort in the pain, the struggles, failures, setbacks, everything, you'll literally get the best of both. Maybe within 3 months, you're gonna literally get 10 times the amount of benefits. Plus, you're gonna sustain it over a couple years. And guess what? You have the physique, you have the business, you have everything. Everything you just planned out for. So do it like this. Honestly, just find a way to combine the two and just do it. Do it, because you'll find so many benefits from just only sticking from one and just being monotonous. So, if you want to learn about self-improvement and you want to join a brotherhood, a brotherhood full of men who just aren't normal, then click the first link in the description. You can subscribe if you'd like. And welcome to our brotherhood.